lot of time my friend they forget that I'm a mom.
Yes.
They're like, "Now you're always out." Like I forgot that you actually have a son at home. I was like, "Yeah, I need to go home and feed him now." Mine is Natalie Pickles. So pickles in Chinese, the direct translate is 酸黄瓜.
Yeah, so Pickles is actually your last name, right?
Yeah, it's my family name. I did not choose that as my stage name, okay? If I can choose, probably, I mean, I love Pickles, but not the stage name. And I think the best part is he kind of relives your childhood. It's so nice. I go to a park with him. I take him to all these places that I have not been since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And if he was like, "Oh, when was the last?" I was like, "Actually, when I was a student, when I was a kid, but now I get to go to all these places with my son and kind of like relive my childhood in a way."
That's amazing.
And it's awesome.
Newborn sleep is basically, you just have to be like, forget about that.
Wait, you have no idea yet.
but
it does get better.
It gets better, yes.
Shout out to all the new parents. It does get better. So I think.
Welcome back to FUNDAY Chat. I am Wade, your host of the program. And today I have another friend here with us. We have...
Hi, everyone. My name is Natalie Pickles. Very happy to be here today.
Natalie, welcome back. So the last episode, we just had Mia on. And Mia had mentioned Natalie. And it's funny now we have you here.
I know. Thanks, Mia. Thanks for the shout out. I saw that episode. It's awesome.
Yeah. So maybe we can also just let the audience know, how do we know each other?
How do we know each other? Yeah. I think I met you through charity event. We do a lot of charity things, like stuff together.
Yeah, we're good people.
Yeah, we're very good people. Yeah, that's why I know. I met when I was like, I bet he's a nice person.
Yeah, the event, the charity organization is called SALT Collective.
Yes.
Yeah. That's also with our friends.
We did like beach cleanup, and we have one big event that's coming out. It's called the Giving Tree, where we're kind of basically Santa, and we go to all these like places that need the extra help and care, and we bring them gift.
Yeah. So that's also a quick plug for SALT.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Shout out to SALT.
Yeah, we do a lot of events. And so, I remember meeting you. And obviously, I think every time I meet different type of people, once we kind of get to know each other, then I connect with people quickly, especially if we have similar backgrounds. So I remember talking to you, and you're also mixed.
I know.
Yeah.
Hapa.
Yeah. So you are half.
I'm half English and I'm half Taiwanese.
And the Taiwanese side is your?
My mom. She's actually Hakka.
Oh, Hakka. Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, so how many languages do you speak actually?
Well, fluently, I would say English, Mandarin, and Japanese, I would say communicational.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Taiwanese.
Wow.
And then tiny bit of Hakka.
Okay.
Yeah, because we don't really speak that
as much
Hakka in Taipei, but I understand when people say, it's makai, and I listen to my grandma.
Nice. And so you grew up here in Taiwan, correct?
Yes, I did. I'm born and raised here, but I did went to England for universities. I studied there for 5 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
But Taiwan is home for sure.
Yeah. And I think because we have so many different circles that we're in together. We do the SALT Collective stuff. Then we also do our hiking stuff. And then we also go on a show, WTO.
Yep.
And so, it's so cool to like have seen your different journey and, get to know you over the past few years.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I think what I was most surprised by, which is our big topic today, is that you're also a mother.
Yes. A lot of time my friend they forget that I'm a mom.
Yes.
They're like, "Now you're always out." Like I forgot that you actually have a son at home. I was like, "Yeah, I need to go home and feed him now."
It's so crazy because I remember, like doing all these events and like hanging out and like you're so active and so involved that when you did mention you have a son, I was like, wait, how do you fit in all of that and being a mom?
Oh, man.
So wait, can you maybe first tell us, how old is your son right now?
My son just turned 3 last month.
A little 3-year-old.
Yeah.
He's super cute.
He's so cute. I love him.
Yeah.
He's such a happy chap.
He is. Yeah. So, okay. How did you, let's maybe as an icebreaker question, how did you come up with his name? Well, what's his name, first of all?
Well, so I named him Guaga on my social media.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, and actually a lot of people ask me that question. So how come your son's name is Guaga?
Guaga, yeah.
So mine is Natalie Pickles. So Pickles in Chinese, the direct translate is 酸黄瓜.
Yeah, so Pickles is actually your last name, right?
Yeah, it's my family name. I did not choose that as my stage name, okay? If I can choose, probably, I mean, I love Pickles, but not the stage name.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people see your social media and then they assume that that's like
my stage name.
Yeah, a stage name. They're like, so what's your real last name? And it's like, No, it's Pickles.
It's Pickles, yeah. You know, Facebook actually reject me when I first sign up. They're like, you cannot use a fake name. I'm like, that's my name. Real name. Yeah.
That's interesting. So, okay, so because of that, and the Mandarin is
酸黄瓜. So yeah, they add it into a sandwich. So you know, I hope you guys love pickles. I love pickles.
Yeah.
So the thing is, because I do love my family name so much. So my son also took my family name too.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a little pickles, and so I was thinking about his nickname, and I thought, oh, 酸黄瓜, 酸哥 sounds kind of weird.
yeah. Not
黄哥 sounds kind of weird too.
Not 黄哥.
瓜哥is kind of cute. I'll go for that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a good name.
Yeah, I like it. So, you know, like, because, you know, I'm in Taiwan, and there's actually a really famous presenter called Guaga. So a lot of people say, oh, you must be a big fan of it. Yes, Guaga, I am a big fan of you, but that wasn't the reason. It was supposed to be because of my family name.
Your family name, yeah. Oh, man. So, yeah, it's so cute because I did wonder, like, I was like, I also first actually had the same thought. I thought maybe you liked guaca and you're like, this is my little guaca. But it makes a lot of sense now.
You know what? Guaca is also Hakka.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do
so
have
you
some
guys
stuff in common.
Could be related. Yeah. Well, so, okay, little guaca, he's 3 years old now. So obviously you've been a mother for a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you maybe walk us through the journey of when you started motherhood? Like, what was that like? Was it a big change from your life? Because
for sure.
Many people won't know, but actually you and Mia both used to do modeling together.
Yes,
right?
We're both on a show called Asia's Next Top Model. I was from season 2. I think Mia was season 6. Yeah, he's a baby. Yeah. She's a baby. Yeah, so it is a big change. I think, you know, becoming a mom is probably a big change for any woman, you know, no matter what their career was. But, you know, for me, especially because my career is quite heavy on the physical look.
Yes.
So I also talked about this to my husband. I'm like, you do know if I get pregnant, like my jaw will probably go pew. Yeah. But because I always knew that, so before I even become a mom, I slowly started to switch my career from modeling to hosting.
Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of become a bilingual host.
Yeah.
And then when you're a presenter, I mean, you still require, you know, to look decent at least, but at least not as crazy compared to modeling.
Yes.
So I kind of glad I made that switch. But still, like, you know, when I was pregnant, I think it was hard for me because first it was during COVID. And then it was hard to book job when you're pregnant. And then also, I love outdoor activities, so I feel very restrict. So my lifestyle completely changed. And also, I enjoy going out social, drinking. I mean, I have British after all. I love my drinks. So I couldn't drink for 10 months, and a lot of food I couldn't eat. So it's a massive change. And it's also your body's changing. I actually gained 23 kilo when I was pregnant.
Wow.
Yeah, because my body, I gain weight so easily.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then once I stopped exercising, but I also have to admit, when I was pregnant, I was like, yes, I can finally eat carbs as much as I want.
Yeah.
Because I was always on a strict diet when you're modeling. It's like, oh, you know, we eat. Let me clarify. We model, we eat. It's just we eat quite clean, and we don't eat so much cake and dessert. Yeah. But when I was pregnant, I was like, yes, ice cream, cake,
everything.
Give me that cinnamon roll with extra cream on it. So so my weight kind of went pew. Oops, Daisy.
But honestly, like, if anybody's looking at you now, like, you look great.
Oh, thank you.
Like, honestly, like, that's why I think a lot of people can't tell that you're a mom, you know, because usually I know that transition from like being a mom, being, you know, just a working person, then being pregnant, and then giving birth, like that transition takes a big toll on the woman's body, and it's not easy to kind of get back to where you were, you know?
Well, actually, I don't think you ever really get back to where you were. It's just, there will be like stretch more, you know, your body, it's just, you know, kind of expanding, but you can still look good. It's just, it's never going to be the same.
Okay.
But I think you just have to adjust to the new you and learn how to love the new you. Yeah. And I mean, after giving birth, I wasn't in the rush to get skinny.
Right.
I think I just want to really take care of my body and then heal, because, you know, like I have a natural birth, but still that, you know, that actually still does a lot of, I won't say damage, but a lot of change in your body. And that take time to heal.
Oh, for sure.
Because I remember when I was close to giving birth, I have like other like influencer or just like friends. They're like, oh, no, you should do that after first 3 weeks body, bounce back video. Because you see a lot of that on social media. It's like, oh, it only took me 3 weeks to get back to where I'm at. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. That's not enough time. Like, that's social media. In reality, that's not enough time for your body to heal. I would say I only really feel like I have my body back to normal after 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think even that is pretty fast, right?
Yeah. But that's just me feeling functional, because I remember I was rushing to go back to doing yoga and cycling. And I remember my first yoga class, I think that was like after 2 months. I nearly cried during the class because there was so much stuff I couldn't do that I used to be able. And I remember my yoga instructor was just like, Natalie, what's wrong with you? Like, what's happening? What's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm like, stop asking me what's wrong. I had a baby. And there's like mirror everywhere in the studio too. So you see yourself bigger, and then you couldn't do all these things. Yeah, I did not feel good at all. But then I realized I was rushing myself. Yeah, I should have given myself more time.
Yeah, more grace.
Yeah, and I think probably it's because I got affected by social media, so I told myself, like, stop. Everyone's different. That's just what you see online. Yeah. And I think now, like, after going through that, I can really tell, older mom, new mom, don't worry, don't panic. He will get back to a certain, I think, like I said earlier, not get back completely to who you used to be, but you will find a way to kind of love your new body.
Yeah, embrace the new self.
Yeah, I like my body now. Yeah. And I did, like, after 6 months, I went back to more like weightlifting training. So I did lost quite a few weight. Yeah. Build a bit more muscle. Yeah. So I would say my body is actually more athletic than before now.
Yeah. So it has improved in a way too, right?
Yeah, in a way improved. Yeah.
So obviously because I'm a guy, I can't exactly relate to, like what you went through and stuff. But I think the closest thing I can liken it to is probably, like if you're an athlete and let's say that you've been like at a pro level or anything, not that I have been, but just, being active. And then say you suffer a huge injury, a lot of times you can't bounce back to what you were before. And I think a lot of times that mental thing, it really breaks a person because then they're so fearful. They're not sure if I go extreme again or if I go as hard as I can, maybe I'll hurt myself again. And so some people, the mental thing, they never come back.
Yeah, it's true. Because you're so scared. You feel like, oh, am I never going to be back to, the level that I used to be at?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but hey, there's always surprise.
Yeah, and so that's why, honestly, I am so impressed by you. And I know, many other women as well that's out there that I think like push on. Because I think a lot of times, it's obviously for different circumstances, it's different. Some people, they go through, big changes and then they can't really bounce back. And there's a lot of things that goes into that, factors. But, seeing people like you, like still, because again, I'm young and I'm still single. So like, I'm just like active.
I'm young.
But like, I mean, we go hiking together. Yeah. And like, you guys are all keeping up. And I'm like, but you had a whole human,
Actually, I did went hiking once when I was pregnant to one of the challenging mountains.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was like over at least 1,000 altitude. I was 2 months pregnant.
Wow.
And everyone around me were just like, be careful. And I was like, I'm okay. I'm not nervous. You guys are making me nervous.
Yeah. Wow.
But I wouldn't recommend to anyone because I always regularly like exercise and hike.
Yes, that's the other important thing, right? I also don't think like anything that we're saying like everyone should do this.
Exactly.
It's like to your level, to your capability.
Because that is something that I can do because I was trained for it. Yeah. So, do not compare yourself to me. Just kind of evaluate what's the best for yourself.
That's well put. Yeah. Importantly to say that. So I guess, okay, so that was obviously one of a challenge, right? A big change. What do you think is the best part? Or what is something, because I know you always think like, what would it be like to be a parent? Like I look forward to the day when I'm a dad. But it's like, I don't think we can really put it into words, like what it really feels like when you have a kid. So
I actually, I really think hard on this answer because I do have quite a few friends that doesn't want to be a mom because they feel like becoming a mom is giving up their freedom, giving up their self, they lose their identity.
That's like the rhetoric I think that you hear.
Yeah. But and then to be honest, before I have, I started my own family, I wasn't sure if I want to be a mom because I love my freedom so much. I was actually scared to become a mom, and I have my husband, so he's great. He's very supportive. So I think he kind of made me feel more confident.
Shout out to Willie.
Yeah. And I think now I have become a mom, I can say that there are a lot of ups and downs. There are moment that I'm like, this is amazing. My son have beautiful laughter. You bright out my mood. Sometimes when I'm lonely, you give me a hug. I feel like, there's always someone home there for me. And I think the best part is he kind of relives your childhood. It's so nice. I go to a park with him. I take him to all these places that I have not been since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, when was the last? I was like, actually, when I was a student, when I was a kid, but now I get to go to all these places with my son and kind of like relive my childhood in a way.
That's amazing.
And it's awesome. And then I go to the mall. I see all these really cute toys. Back in the day, I have no reason to buy them. I'm like, oh, I'm too old for this. Now I'm like, honey,
for my son.
This is for my son. Look how cute is it? I just for myself, but hey. So that
that part is why when I hear other parents share similar stories, it's what I look forward to so much, because it's so true that like obviously when we're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, we don't really have the consciousness to make sense of what's going on around us. But they say when you have a child, like you get to relive those stages of life, and you see the beauty of their curiosity, their exploration, their experience, and it really ignites something in you, and so that's so well put. I really look forward to having that.
It's great. I really enjoy a lot of moments with him, and now I'm teaching him how to cycle.
Oh yeah.
I love cycling, so now I'm teaching him cycling. And it was just cute. And I remember how my dad taught me, so now I'm like kind of like passing on the technique to him.
So wow, so that's something to look forward to and stuff. But I guess like on the downside, was there something that you didn't feel like you were prepared for? You didn't realize that it was going to take this much time, or that it was this hard, or like, because I know, as a newborn, sleep is basically, you just have to be like, forget about that.
Wait, you have no idea yet.
but
it does get better.
It gets better, yes.
Shout out to all the new parents. It does get better. So I think the hardest is the first 3 months, the newborn phase, because like you said, their sleeping schedule is kind of more off, and also like most of the mom nowadays, they choose breastfeeding. I mean, for me, I believe breastfeeding, formula, they're both great, whatever that suit your lifestyle, because I was a formula baby. I think most of the kids in Taiwan in my generation, we were formula baby,
I think so in Taiwan, culturally,
culturally, because our parents that time got taught that formula was better, and now we got taught that breast milk is better, but for me, fed is best. As long as you're feeding your baby, you're doing all you can, you're a great parent already. So because I don't want to stress
no extra pressure
out.
And stuff.
So I did breastfeeding, but honestly, like hope that doesn't gross anyone out there, but
no,
I didn't.
That's even one thing that I think should be normalized. Right? Because I think like a lot of times people say these things and they're like, ooh,
they're like, why would you talk about that in public? But I was like, public needs to know.
I mean, that's a part of our human process, and I feel like we're not trying to say these things to like gross people out on purpose.
I want to educate them, let them learn more. So for me, I never have enough breast milk. So my baby was fed with both breast milk and formula. And I know people say, oh, you should have eat this, eat that, drink that. Trust me, I did, but my body just not doing it. But and then later on, I speak to more mom. I made more mom friend. I realized I'm not the only one. It does happen. It's really depend on your body type. So that's what I did. But also, when you're breastfeeding, you're on the schedule, especially in Taiwan, because I talked to my friend in England too. They don't do as much of the schedule compared to Taiwan. So in Taiwan, we are taught every 4 hours you have to feed your baby.
Oh, so did you like put an alarm? Or
so I have all the time. I have app that basically keep track. So every 4 hour, I pump and I feed my baby. I do all of that because I talked to my friend in England. They're more like, oh, you just feed your kids whenever he's crying or hungry. But here's that. Oh no. Even when he's crying, wait till every 4 hours.
Interesting.
So yeah, but just imagine every 4 hours, including nighttime. So I have like alarm set at nighttime too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't think like, that's 24 hours, like 4 hours.
Yeah. So I'll wake up 2 a.m. and then after 4 hours, I can end it every 4 hours. And then I have to because I remember one time my alarm went on. I didn't wake up. The next morning, oh my God, it hurts so much.
Okay. Yeah, as a mom, like...
Just imagine a balloon, but it's about to explode. It's literally that. It's very, very uncomfortable. So we have to.
Okay.
And also you can get infection quite easily too if you don't, do the scheduling thing. Yeah.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah. Well, if you want to start family,
Yes. No. This is all...
Your future wife will thank me.
For sure. This is all important information that I think, should be shared. So was that the struggle time, you think?
It's very tiring. Yeah. So, like you don't just breastfeed, you pump, and then, you have to clean them after. And then as a newborn, like it doesn't mean that once you feed the baby, it will go straight to sleep. Sometimes I just like, no, mama, I don't want to go sleep. And you're like so tired too in the morning, and then you finish feeding. You have to make sure that he sleep before you. You're like holding him around. And finally he went to sleep. You're like, oh, and you lay down, you feel like only being like 10 minutes, like, oh no, baby is up again.
Oh man, what a journey.
Yeah, so I would say the hardest the 3 months, because after that my son was quite an angel, because after 3 months he can sleep through the night for 12 hours. And I remember I posted on Instagram, I had mom be like, wow, you're so lucky, because most of us, we don't get that. Yeah.
Wow. And good job, Guaca.
Yeah, Guaca. Oh, mama, I love you so much. Yeah. So he been like that since 3 months till now he's 3 years. He always sleeps through the night. But of course, there are occasions when he's sick or for some reason, I have no idea why, he just suddenly wake up. So of course, there are times still like this,
Sure.
No baby is perfect. But I'm just really grateful that my kids sleep pretty well.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so with all of this, this is the real question, right? How do you balance your motherhood life with your career? Because you're still doing modeling stuff, you're still doing hosting stuff, you're still going on 节目, and then also, which we'll talk more about this in the next episode, so stay tuned.
My outdoor adventures.
You're loving the biking aspect, right? So all of this, and obviously you're also a wife to Willie.
Yes.
How do you juggle all of this?
Oh my goodness. I'm going to be totally honest. I find it really challenging. Even till now, I'm still trying to balance it.
That makes a lot of sense.
A lot of time, I just don't have enough sleep. I'm always super tired.
Yeah, well, listen, if you told me, like, easy, I do this like day in and day out, that would be crazy. But of course,
that just means that I have a helper nanny at home, which is, nothing wrong with that. If you can afford it, go for it. Unfortunately, I don't have one. But I have to say, shout out to my husband's mom. She's amazing.
Oh, okay.
So
the grandma.
My grandma, she's so good with my kid. She even take a lesson before my baby is born to how to be able to take care of kids. So the Taiwan government actually have classes for grandparents. They can actually go learn for free.
Actually, in Taiwan, they do that?
Yeah, they do that because they want to encourage like grandparents to help the family.
Yes.
Because a lot of family in Taiwan, they can't afford helper and nanny. Not everyone can afford that. So the government basically is encouraging the grandparents to help.
That's so cool.
Yes. And then so my mother-in-law did that.
Yeah. So they educate them on like
they kind of
how to
teach them, how to change the diaper, how to like pat it on the back, burp the baby,
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Taiwan government.
I know. Yeah, they did really well on that. So on the weekend, I normally work on the weekend too for my other show. Yeah. So on the weekend, I got my mother-in-law to come in to help me look after my son. Yeah. Yes.
So the saying goes like it takes a village to raise a kid, and I think like that's so applicable. Yeah. So applicable because it really, you need support from other people. And, sometimes if you have other close friends that, also love children, maybe they help babysit, I know we've been sometimes to your place and, we can help like
my friend
keep
are
them
amazing.
entertained. Yeah.
Always amazing. But now you mentioned, I remember one of my really good friends, shout out to Rebecca. I think it was like also the first 6 months. Oh yeah. I remember she came to my house. I was a mess, I was just so tired. And she came in, she's like, now what do you need? I was like, honestly, I just want to take a really nice shower. Yeah, seriously, that's all we want to do. Yeah.
You start to appreciate
no problem, just go take a shower. I got it. I went and take a nice shower, came out. My house was clean too. She clean my house while I was in the shower.
Good job.
Seriously, that was one of the best gift a friend can do for their friend.
Take notes, everybody, for new moms.
Like I don't need fancy product anything, but I think it's more showing action that hey, we care about you. So and then after that, I always told myself like now when my friend become a new mom, I also offer. I was like, let me know. Yeah. And I'm experienced.
That few hours will make a difference, right?
It makes such a big difference. Yeah.
So, well, besides having help, like how do you think maybe mentally, how do you balance? Because I know like while you're here, obviously you also have to be like, oh, where's Guaca? Like I have to go pick him up later or I have to do this. Like how do you also mentally balance everything?
Well, like I said, it get easier now since, now Guaca is 3, he actually go to kindergarten. So now he's at school. That's why I'm here. I'm able to have time. I think mentally, you still need to remind yourself that you're an individual, that you still have your own passion, you still have your own life. It's hard, it's not easy. I think when you become a mom, you do have to kind of schedule your time based on your children's schedule.
Of course, yeah.
And yes, I have to do that. That is something that I have to change. But it does not mean that you cannot do stuff that you love.
Yeah. Not like you completely lose who you are.
Yeah. Right? So for example, on my busy day, I love cycling. So I wake up at 4 a.m. I go cycling. I leave the house at 5. I come back before 7. Yeah. It's just a short cycling trip. And I get my son ready to school. So I wake him up at 7, prep him, give him breakfast, change him. And then we get to school before 8:30. Yeah. Come home, do the laundry, put everything in the wash, and then, clean the house, start preparing lunch. Yeah. And then the laundry will be finished, take everything out. Basically a lot of housework. And also I enjoy cooking. So it's just, I always love cooking. That's why I cook more at home. Yeah.
That's great.
So, I prep dinner, and then when I have other time, I probably like prep stuff for my social media content or like kind of start planning things that I want to do. Yeah. And I do believe if you love something or you care for something enough, you will make time for it.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I think those are stuff that, you really need to kind of, I think in a way, plan ahead.
Yeah.
So those are the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think, it's the same thing. Like, again, I can only relate to what my own experience is. So I'm not saying like being a mom is like this or that, but I'm just comparing. I think it's similar to maybe for you, it's like having a passion with biking, right? Like for other people, I know like maybe like for me working out and being active, like you would find the time to put that in, right? Even if that means you have to change your schedule around, waking up earlier, making changes. If you have a passion enough for it, I think you will make it fit. But it's not to say, everyone is a Wonder Woman or, can do everything.
No one's Wonder Woman. I think sometimes people thought that I'm a Wonder Woman because people see the stuff I do. So they don't see the hard stuff that I go through. So I think that's why, I'm happy to talk about it today. Like I am nowhere near perfect. I'm still trying to find a good balance because I think what happened to me now, I went to see a nutrition this year. Yes. Because I am so tired all the time. And my nutrition run a test to me. She's like, oh, now you really need to start loving yourself, as in physically. Oh, okay. I think because I always thought that, loving yourself means that,
just
mentally positive stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, I'm going to do the stuff I love. But I didn't realize that physically, I am not treating my body right. I sacrifice a lot of sleep. Yes. And that's actually really bad for your body. My skin got really bad. And I think just a lot of stuff. So then this year, what I'm trying to learn is to love myself physically as well. I try to myself like, okay, sacrificing sleep is actually not a good solution at all. So I think this is a time when I need to decide what is more important to me. I need to start prioritize things that, okay, I only have this much time. So this is more important.
What's the priority?
These are the stuff that maybe later, or I just have to learn to say no. Right. And I think that's something I always struggle to say no. Yeah. Like I'm a person, when someone asks me to, I'll say, sure, I want to please people. I'm a people pleaser. I can just say that really straightforward. And then, I love it when people, acknowledge stuff I do. And I love that feeling. So I just want to do everything. And then I am exhausted. And I realized that I'm actually putting other stuff other people's stuff before myself. So I think this is something I'm still learning. I'm trying to learn to prioritize stuff and also learn to say no and learn to let go.
Yeah. That's important. Well, so as we finish up here, what would be maybe an advice? You already shared some of the things that you're doing, which are great, but what do you think would be maybe some advice, especially for people maybe that are considering to be moms or even young moms? Like, how do they go about it? And what would you share with them?
Well, honestly, I would just remind themselves that, do not compare yourself to other. Everyone has different situation, different, income,
body type.
Yeah. So do whatever is best for you. And, I know there's so many like people say that, oh, we prefer co-sleep, or you should let your baby solo sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Do whatever works for you and your partner, your family.
Yes.
That's sort of people that you need to care. You don't need to care about anyone else. Your family comes first.
Yeah.
And social media, that's just social media. Like, trust me, it's so pretty, but it's not that pretty when you actually look into it. Yeah. And, and learn to love yourself physically and mentally. And then you can find time to make these things happen. Like, because I think I was so scared I'm not going to be able to do stuff that I love anymore. But now I manage. I manage. And the thing will get easier.
Right.
And, now my son, I can actually communicate with him.
I
can actually talk to him, be like, hey, son, so tomorrow, daddy will take you to school. Mommy's going to go out. And my son immediately, Mommy, are you going to bike? And I was like, yes, Mommy is. Are you going to go bike really far away so you won't be able to take me? I was like, yeah. And then I say to him, but when you're old enough, Mommy will take you with me. And he's like, okay, bye, Mom.
Oh, so sweet.
So, I'm just upset down the street. But overall, I just tell all the parents, the new mom, just let go, learn to let go, and do not guilt trip yourself all the time. Because I think a lot of moms, we feel guilty.
I think the pressure from society.
The pressure from society. And a lot of times, actually, we give ourselves that pressure because we feel like, oh, that's the perfect mom image.
What you're supposed to be.
Yeah. And then it's easier to say. I mean, sometimes I also feel like, oh, I need to do this. Otherwise, I'm not a good mom.
Yes.
And I need to remind myself, no, you have done a lot, and yourself is important too.
You need to be able to take care of yourself in order to take care of others. And I know a lot of moms, they have to sacrifice. So, it's being a mom is 100% a full-time job.
It is a full-time job, and it's 24 hours really. But I have to say, my partner, he's great. He's very supportive. So, thank goodness I have him too. But
absolutely.
But all the mom out there, because I remember one time, I don't know if we have enough time, but I'm just going to quickly mention it. So I remember a few girlfriends invited me out, and I'm like, oh, and I really, really want to just have a nice girly time. So then I hire a babysitter to, help me look after my kid because my son haven't gone to school yet. And I asked my mom, so okay, come over. I hire someone to help so you don't need to worry if you can't do it. And I remember one of the girls was just like, oh my God, you're going to leave your baby with a total stranger? Oh. And then I was feeling a bit like, like being judged. I didn't go to that day after.
Oh, shame.
But I would just want to shout to like, hi, girls, come on. We're supposed to be like,
support
help each other, support each other. Like, the mom is a grow up. If that's the plan she arranged, that's a plan she arranged. Respect her plan. Maybe you think differently than her. Doesn't mean that your right is wrong. Sometimes there's just no wrong and right, but just whatever that suits you. So don't make judgmental comments, stuff like that.
I hear you.
So I'm just like, enjoy yourself and then, be yourself. Don't care about that. As long as your family is fine with it, and that's it.
I think an important thing here is like, give yourself enough grace, because hearing what you're saying, there's so much that you guys go through, obviously physically massive, but even emotionally, mentally, like I was just really learning more about like postpartum depression. And, I didn't even really know that's a thing. And
so many of my friends had it.
And it completely changes who you are. So I think like having a great partner to support you is a massive thing, so good job, Willie.
Well, I also want to say it's also not easy for the partner. So my husband also have to change his schedule, and it's a big deal. So because I feel like sometimes when we just talk about us, the mom,
just the mother side,
I feel like people kind of misunderstand us, thought that we're criticizing our other half.
It's not
so I want to make that clear too. Like my husband, he also
made sacrifices.
Too, and I acknowledge that.
Okay, last question. Would you do it again? Would you have another child?
I definitely do want to have another child.
Yeah.
But at the moment,
not yet.
Life is so great. And I think because I'm finally found that balance it's getting better and
mother
better.
And your personal life.
Yeah, so I like the rest right now. It seems really nice. And I do have some big plan that I want to do for next year.
Yeah.
So I talked to my husband. We're thinking maybe after next year. So after next year,
great.
You might hear
so,
good news.
Yeah. So see, this is encouraging because I think for many viewers, and I know for me personally, hearing stories from around my circles, so many people are more and more against having kids, and you know they afraid to lose themselves, like you're saying.
They just get too much pressure too. Like even people also like, oh, you should have your kids soon, like second one soon. Like they keep giving that pressure,
right.
Because they say that the age should be
age
close
gap and
you can play
whatnot.
together.
Yeah.
I'm like,
what works for your family? At the end of the day, it's like your own personal.
I'm like, my kid can make friends, you know. That's what friends for.
Yeah.
And whatever that worked for you. And for me, just because I have my other plan.
Yeah.
And then right now I'm happy. My husband happy. Our son.
Guaco is happy.
Yeah, he's happy.
Most important,
and then if it happened, it happened. If not, go with the flow.
Yeah. Great. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing, because I know this is not an easy topic necessarily to touch on. So hopefully it's very insightful for our viewers. And as we've mentioned earlier, Natalie is actually, we do a lot of outdoor stuff together, but she has recently got a new hobby that she's really into. And so stay tuned for that, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.